Welcome back to the next episode of Talk Smack with Mac. I'm pretty excited here. I got two young, important people in my life. We got Jay. What's up, Jay? Say what's up.
What's going on? I'm cousin Jay to Levi.
And we got Bubba over here.
What's up? I'm little cousin Levi and Jay.
Hey man, I've been waiting a long time for this podcast episode. This is the one I wanted to start with. Unfortunately, it didn't roll like that, but they're here now. We're sounding great. We're looking great. And I got some questions for you guys, man.
Let's do it.
You guys have known each other since you were 5.
5 years old.
Sir.
Started playing football together.
Yep.
Ended up being family, like a little brother, like a little cousin. You know, your mom's wonderful, your dad's wonderful. They've been there for us our whole lives.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. What are you up to now, Jay?
Man, so right now, all I got going on really just working on myself mentally, physically, spiritually, just growing as a person day in and day out, doing my thing, just progressing and trying to really right now, what I'm trying to do is manifest my own spot to stay, because I feel like when I just move out of mama's home, it's going to really open me up to just plant the new seeds of where I want to take myself in life and the things I want to do. And as far as just being self-made is one thing I want to do. I want to go ahead and start YouTube after I move out, and, you know, do stuff like how you're doing with your podcast. You know, it's very inspiring to me that you've already gotten started and you're doing amazing. So
Thanks,
those things
man.
are coming. Those things are coming for me at the end of this year.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, you have done something that not a lot of people in this world could do.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man was 300 pounds.
Yeah.
He cut a person off of him.
Yeah. I'm currently weighing in about 205, 210.
Down from what, 295?
Yeah. I was 299.
299
Yeah.
to 205. That's 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That's
lowest-
me.
The lowest I got to was 195. So in total, I've cut 105 pounds off my body.
That's inspiring, man. What went across your mind to help you lose that weight, or what clicked? Sometimes people just say enough is enough, and you know, they make changes in their life and they cut things out. What happened to you, or what did you do in order for you to lose that weight?
So one of the reasons why was football was over, and I was just sitting there as a big ass lineman still, yet I'm not a lineman anymore. So I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, bro, you have let yourself go. Even though I was still lifting and doing all my stuff, I was 300 pounds nonetheless. And so I was literally in the mirror fucking screaming at myself at the top of my lungs, like, you know, this is bullshit. You know, just being real with myself. I always just kept it straight 100 with myself. And from there on, it was like, it's now or never, because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life being morbidly obese. And so from there, I think that was January. I think that was the beginning of 2018 is when I started, like January. And I lost about 20 pounds until I went to Reno. And that's when it just took off. And it took me about a year and a half to lose 105 pounds. And I did it this year. I think summer 2020, or no, summer 2019 is when I lost 105 pounds. So,
Okay.
and then I've been maintaining since then, man. And life has been amazing.
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah.
I feel a different
Appreciate
aura
that.
around you. I see it. You're glowing everywhere
Yeah.
you go. You're glowing, and your motivation and your determination is showing off and rubbing off on other people around you, whether you
Right.
know it or not.
Right.
So it's very inspiring, man. I look up to you for that, because not a lot of people could do that.
Thank you.
Being overweight like that, you don't have self-love for yourself.
Right.
You don't have any
100%.
type of motivation.
I
You
never
look,
wanted to do anything.
yeah, you look at yourself in the mirror. You see all your flaws. You see every curve that you don't like that some people may not even notice.
Right.
And you are the one that took a stand and said enough is enough and made that change and dropped that weight.
And that's one thing, and that's why I'm like taking so much pride in calling myself Jay instead of Jake, like I was during my childhood, because it just is a reflection on how much I have changed as a person. I just don't even want to be reminded of it anymore. So being called, you know, X nicknames and stuff like that, it's just like, I'm just not that person anymore. That's why I take pride in just being called Jay now, because,
Okay.
you know.
Respect.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's a major respect.
Thank you.
Bubba, on to you, man. I got a question about 3 weeks ago on Instagram about motivation. I was saving that question until I seen you. You are one of the most motivated, not even younger dudes, but people I've ever met in my life.
Sir.
Your work ethic is inspiring, and it drives me. It makes me work harder. Where does that motivation come from?
Man, I mean, growing up all my life, I mean, at first, when I first started to play football, back when I was worried about bobbleheads back in the day, I remember we went out to Ed Fountain out here, and my dad, he looked at me, he was like, "You're sitting on your butt, and you got no type of work ethic while all your other teammates are over here working. You're never going to make it to the NFL," which is, that's one of my biggest goals. I mean, besides getting my education and making my biggest impact on people's lives and bringing closer to the Lord and everything, but making it to the league. And as soon as my dad told me that, I was like, I started paying more attention to people like you in my life and people like Jake, and then people like my own parents and tons of other people that I've come across by playing youth football. So it just drives me because I like to see the satisfaction on not just my face, but on other faces as soon as they see that the results are paying off, seeing like that all those blood, sweat, and tears are paying off. And honestly, it's not going to make me sound like too much of a dig, but I don't want to be average. I see too many people try to go out of high school or just get the degree and try to be another statistic and not truly be what they should be because they're not comfortable with doing something out of their comfort zone. That's like, but everybody tells you doing something that's going to make you uncomfortable is always going to make you better. And I truly stick by that and believe that. I mean, I went from playing left guard to now playing being a running back in slot in college. So I mean, it's just seeing how everybody can still work hard and achieve their goals really kind of like pushed me to really achieve mine. And then plus having the chip on my shoulder. I mean, not a lot of people besides like you guys, because y'all my family, and only family truly believe me, and maybe a couple friends. But I mean, not a lot of people believe me to take that transition. So I mean, always having that chip on my shoulder, and then God Himself. I mean, I'm really heavily into the Scripture, and I believe Philippians 4:13. You can do all things through Christ. I mean, living my life through Him and living every day by His Word. I mean, really helps me be truly motivated at the end of the day.
Do you have any advice for people that may be lacking motivation, that may need that extra push in the right direction?
Don't forget that you're never alone. There's always someone going to be in your corner, no matter how down you are, no matter how hard things get. I mean, God is going to always be with you. But I mean, you're always going to have family with you, or that one significant other, that one family member. But don't ever think you're alone. People are out there rooting for you. And if I might feel uncomfortable at first, but kind of step out your comfort zone. I mean, it's like when you go on a date with somebody for the first time, you're kind of stepping out your comfort zone because you're like used to being on your own and you're not used to being with this person for the first time. So you step out your comfort zone and get to know that person more. So if you try to think of it like that, try to think about tackling different goals and accomplishments by setting smaller goals to achieve that one bigger goal. If you do something like that, I mean, it feels like the process of achieving that goal speeds up and it doesn't kill your motivation if something devastating happens. And another big thing, don't think of losses or failures as failures or losses where you're not gaining anything. I mean, you're learning from them. That's probably one of the biggest things. I'd rather go like in a football season 10-1 and win the championship than have a perfect season, because on that game you lost, I guarantee you learned something and fixed something. So that's how I kind of think about stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, man, you learn through failure.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect in this life. And if you're afraid of failure, then you're not going to grow as a person. Because like you said, being uncomfortable and being in that uncomfort state, that's where you're learning the most. Because you are uncomfortable, you've never been there before.
Right.
So you're getting that new option, those new challenges in your life, and you have to be able to overcome them.
Exactly.
Be uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen. Being uncomfortable makes you grow as a person. If you're afraid of being uncomfortable, you're never going to grow. And don't be afraid of failing. Since you guys were kids, I watched you countlessly get to the championship and lose, get to the championship and lose, get to the championship and lose. And now that drive kept you guys going and helped make you the people that you are today.
Yeah.
And it's very inspiring seeing you two.
Thank you.
Bubba, you said you're playing running back and slot in college. What school do you go to?
I go to Augustana in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Sioux Falls, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Yeah. This year is second year?
Yes, sir.
How'd you do last year?
Last year I came in with a partially messed up groin, so I ended up redshirting, but they wanted me to pull my redshirt off third game of the season,
Mm-hmm.
but they decided just to keep me healthy and rest for the rest of the year. And I got to go against our defense, and they're number one in the conference and one of the top defenses in D2 football. I got to mess with them a little bit at first. I mean, getting acclimated to the college football from high school, I mean, it's different. I mean, yeah, everybody talks about the game speed, but truly the biggest gap is the mental gap. I mean, mentally it's taxing. I mean, you're already physically taxed from lifting, running, and practice, and then the games itself. But
then you go in school and all of that. Were you taking 5 classes?
About 5 or 6. And I'm double majoring too. So.
And double majoring in what?
Business and sports management.
Business and sports management.
Sure.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's like it's mentally taxing. I mean, it's truly it's truly not something for everybody. I mean, I've seen a lot of people make it to college and really give up their dream because they can't really handle it. But I mean, it's just like I said earlier. I mean, you got to put yourself in that new type of situation. But I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing experience. I mean, you get to experience a lot of things that a lot of other people get to experience. I mean, you get to go to like certain games for free. You get like VIP treatment and stuff like that. And the community out there is really nice. I mean, I'm going from Vegas, which is super diverse, to South Dakota, which is not really diverse. I mean, the people I've met out there are great people. They've really shown me, like, it really made me feel like I feel at home.
Like royalty, huh?
Yeah, it's really nice. But I mean, the school there, I mean, the true thing that really got me was the education. I seen how like all the job placement rates and how many kids were actually like doing super good coming out of college from that school, and seeing them actually thrive. That was really important to me because, I mean, I understand football. I mean, that's my passion. That's my life. But I mean, even if I make it to the league, football, it ends one day. I got to look out for my future wife and my future kids. I actually have to have one day so I can set them up for success and not have them struggle and scrape by. I want them to be able to be spoiled, but be able to know how to earn their keep. That makes sense.
Yeah, man, you're trying to build generational wealth. That's all it comes down to. You know, coming from where we come from, nobody really looked at generational wealth. You know, us younger generation, we have that in our mind and imprinted on our brain. So that's what we're working towards. Jay, back to you, man. You said that you, after you get out of mama's house, you was going to build a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel about?
So really right now I do have a clue. I take my thoughts down and just put them in a paper. I have a journal of just certain ideas I have, but I just want to talk about just mainly life, man. After I lost 105 pounds, it really let me know that you can almost really do anything you put your mind to. You just got to put it to it with passion and love and just go full force at it and just don't give up. So I know that if I can put the fire I have in just changing my physical body into YouTube, something's going to spark. So whatever the case might be, it might be, you know, vegan fitness. It might be just being a model, or it could be just talking about, you know, God, and whatever the case may be. Like you said, you just want to come on your podcast and talk about whatever you want to, right? It's kind of just going to be a portfolio of my life.
It's
fun.
And
right, exactly.
It's fun.
It's literally just going to be a portfolio of my life, like a journal almost, you know?
Yeah, like we talk about all the time. Conversations is dead.
Right.
Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's emailing. Everybody's doing all these things behind technology, and face-to-face interaction is dropping. People don't really get together and just speak to one another. Let the words resonate with you of what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, it's such an important life skill that people are lacking in. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to start a podcast, sit down and have good conversations with friends and family, and, you know, let other people hear it. I feel like we talk about some good shit.
Right.
So
hell yeah.
You know, let other people hear it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about too. Exactly. And another thing too is you talk to most people nowadays, they might not be able to make eye contact with you. They're saying and what every other word. They can't fully express their emotions because they probably don't even have the vocab to, you know, like conversation is really slowly dying because people are just trapped behind these screens.
Then it's just a matter of time before Elon Musk gets that imprint in our brain,
Man,
you know, the little
hell
chip that he's
no,
talking
bro.
about. Now we're all just talking virtually or
Oh,
just,
yeah.
you know, brain interactions, and we're not really moving our
On some
mouths.
Black
so.
Mirror shit. Oh man.
But no, it's like the conversation just goes dead. Like you'll be talking to somebody and they'll sit there just. So you gonna say something? I just ask you like a full on like in depth question. All you said is like, yeah, that's what's up. Like,
Right. And
that's how you gonna answer. Like, it's like me asking, oh, what do you think the quantum theory of such and such is? It's like, yeah. What?
Yep.
like elaborate, bro.
Just skating by. You know what? That took me a very, very long time. Is to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the smartest person in the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know shit, I will ask you 1,000,001 questions so I can know, so I can learn. I want to learn. I want to fill my brain with as much information as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was younger, even your guys' age, shit, all the way up until maybe like 2 years ago, I was nervous or a little, I frowned upon asking questions because I didn't want to seem like I was dumb.
Sounds stupid.
And you know where you get by doing that? Nowhere.
Exactly.
You don't make any development in your brain or in life because you're afraid to ask questions.
You actually
Man, best believe I ask 1,000,001 questions and not give a fuck now.
Yeah, when you're scared to ask questions, you kind of like build up this shell, and then you get to this ultimate form of yourself where you're like, I'm never gonna ask anything because I never want to sound stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're missing out on such valuable information that so many people can help you out with things with. Just ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing too about asking questions is people want to talk about themselves. That's one thing I've learned is people love talking about themselves. So if you ask somebody a question about maybe something they're passionate about, they're going to give you almost everything they want to tell you and want you to know. So just ask about, hey, so you do this for your job. What is it about? How do you why do you do it? Do you love it? They're going to talk about it all day long. And that could be maybe your passion too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So ask questions is very important.
Knowledge is power. Yeah. But it's like, I mean, with the asking questions, it's like basically kind of like frowned upon and everything. I mean, I kind of learned from y'all. I mean, growing up, I always looked up to y'all, and just seeing sometimes the certain things you do, like I don't care what people think type of attitude sometimes. I mean, with my mom and my dad too. I mean, seeing that just came down to like, all right, I asked a question, you might think it's stupid, but I don't care. I'm trying to
at least you're gonna know afterwards. Right. You can know the answer, and you never have to ask that question again.
Right, exactly. So it's stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people that look at me, it's like, really, you just asked that question, and they go back and like, all right, so what did the professor tell you? It's just like the same question. I'll answer like you're asking me a question. You could have asked a question to him. I'm happy you're asking me, so I explain it. But it's just like a lot of people, especially when it comes to new people, a lot of people don't want to go up to like if I didn't know you and I like your shoes, and I'm like, your shoes are hella cool. I'm gonna take a picture of them and then try to put them on Google instead of simply asking like, hey bro, where'd you get your shoes?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And make it so we try to avoid so much physical interaction with people. Like back to like what we were saying earlier, that we would rather just waste more time looking for something or trying to figure out an answer instead of actually just going direct to this problem.
Or just never know.
Exactly.
Right. We just won't ever get the answer because we don't want to ask.
Exactly.
And back to the compliment thing for the shoes example. I've never got so many compliments until I got this tattoo. So many random people come up and say, man, that tattoo is badass. And in that moment, you feel like such a good feeling inside. It's like, all right, this guy or a girl, they didn't even know me. Mm-hmm. And they came up to me and gave me a compliment just out of the kindness of their hearts.
Exactly.
That resonates with me. It makes me feel good. So I want to do that to everybody else.
Right.
Exactly.
Why not? Ask you how your day is going.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Things like that. It's the small things.
Yep.
And a lot of people forget about the small things that make us human. Mm-hmm. We're all on the same team.
Right. We are.
We really are.
Collectively, all are one.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
All right. So, Bubba, you got your new season coming up, man. What are you doing in preparation for next season? I know you're not in Sioux Falls at the moment. You're here in LV. So what's your day-to-day workout routine or such?
So I mean, basically, I usually have training in the morning between around from like 7 to about 11:30. I mean, wake up maybe an hour, 30 minutes prior to that, get my breakfast in, and train for like about 2.5 hours. come back, get some rest, spend time, some good quality family time with my parents and my cousin, or like with you guys. And then we got another, I might go to the gym or get like a small workout in at home. And then I got another training session, like speed training session at 4. So that's about another 2.5 hours. And then right after that, probably go home, eat some dinner around like 6:30, 7, then head to the gym, get my big lift in, and then come home, shower, and then do some stretching, roll out, and then just chill for the rest of the night. Might hop on a little COD or Madden, put some work in, but make sure I go to bed at a decent time, get my rest, so I'm up to do it the next day. So I'm doing that about, I at least have 2 to 3 workouts at least almost every single day, like about 6 days a week.
That boy grinds, man.
Motivation, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Nobody's forcing him to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the off season. But what people lack is, or don't understand, that the off season is where you make all your games.
Yep.
When everybody else is sitting down only playing Call of Duty or Madden,
Yep.
you're getting 2, 3, sometimes 4 workouts in one day, every given day. I need to link up with you, man. I'm getting skinny. I need to get with the big homie, you know.
And another thing with that too is he's showing that he wants it to not only everybody, but the man upstairs as well. You know, you're saying you're such a man of God and Jesus, and you're showing them, hey, I want this. And other people are just praying for it. They're literally like, I just want to go to the NFL. I just want to go to the NFL. You're doing everything you need to. You're giving all of the necessary steps. Yeah, you're going all in. You're showing that you really want it, and that's why you're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it takes. It doesn't take just asking for it. You got to go get that shit as well.
Exactly. And I appreciate that, truly.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that helps me with that too is, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not alone. I know I got your support. I got your love for me. I feel like so every time I do hit that extra rep or extra set, it's like I'm on some Goku type shit. Like, letting me get energy, like that spirit bomb. So it's like I feel like I'm not the only one benching. I feel like all you guys are right there behind me, or I'm not the only one squatting. I mean, we all lost a lot of people. I mean, growing up and everything. I mean, we have a lot of loved ones looking down on us. I mean, and those people, they're with us every day. And I mean, they're helping me, pushing me to be the best, pushing all of us to be our own best selves. So I mean, I feel like that really helps me get to the workout. I mean, I don't know, there's days where it's like, shit, I gotta wake up early, I gotta go do this. I mean, ain't no one wanna go through the suffering, but I mean, after a while, I mean, it's like it's like getting a tattoo, you get addicted to it. I mean, it's like people look at it like, damn, you're a little sick, like that, like you like being sore, or like you like working out that much. It's just
yeah,
bro, like,
yeah.
I live that.
I wouldn't be doing this for a reason, but I mean, it's just like that's the type of lifestyle you just gotta inherit. And I mean, I've seen since I've been kind of like just focusing on that and just my education and ball, and then with all my workouts, I mean, I've seen myself grow not just as a person, but physically, but like mentally too. It's made me a lot healthier in a lot of ways. I mean, I cleaned up my diet. I mean, I can't really look at fast food like that. I mean, it hurts my stomach and everything. But I mean, even just seeing my dad, I mean, he's like 57, 58, and bro is shredded.
Hey, man, your parents are
Crazy.
2 of the greatest parents I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
To have that support system at home, I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? They're always there for you 24/7, and it's very inspiring. Yeah. There's a reason why I have hit your mom up on Mother's Day every single year for like the last decade.
I appreciate
It's
that.
because your mom is amazing. Your dad is amazing. You know,
Straight up angels.
oh, I wish they were in my life more. I'm gonna start inviting them down here for barbecues maybe once a month or so, because I just love your mom and dad so much. They have taught me so much, and the love that they showed me growing up allowed me to do the things that I wouldn't have got to do. His mom took me to football practice so I can play. His mom took him to football practice so he can play.
From the time I was 5 to high school, his mom was taking me to practice every practice.
Yeah,
that is a beautiful woman.